So grateful to be a part of today's Zoomer conference. And I want to begin just by asking, who knows what this means in American Sign Language? What does this mean? I love you. This 17 minutes is going to be a journey of love. It's going to be a journey of love, of understanding and appreciating the role that our mind plays in the health of our bodies, longevity, in the health of our relationships, the type of things that we attract, the way that we perceive ourselves in the world. Because when we change the way that we view things, the things that we view change. And perception is a very interesting topic. So we're gonna jump right on in. And I'm gonna make this an interactive experience, so it's a lot of fun. In fact, turn to the person next to you and say, this is gonna be a lot of fun. So, did anybody wake up today saying, it is a great day for diarrhea and constipation? Anyone? I don't think so. Did anybody wake up and say, God, I would so love an 8 out of 10 migraine? Anyone? No. Anybody wake up today and say, oh, I'd love to have an itchy nose and scratchy eyes and be allergic to gluten, not be able to eat things? Anybody choose that? Anybody choose to be anxious about, what they're doing or who they're sitting next to or whatever it is? Would anybody ever choose to get stuck in traffic on King Street? Does anybody ever choose depression? Do people choose bipolar disorder? Do people choose to have struggling businesses, to be afraid that their nest egg won't be there? Do people choose inflammation on any level? Do people choose addiction on any level? Anybody choose addiction? Anybody choose cancer? What's the answer? The answer is hell no. Let's say that. Hell no. But wait a second. It's going on. And these experiences are happening with each and every one of us. We all are experiencing something in some way, this type of thing. So we want to now take a look at what is the conductor, like Howard Cable, what an amazing conductor. What is broadcasting this experience into our lives? So our intention today is we're going to transform the perceived crap of our bodies and our relationships into the fertilizer that helps us to sustainably grow, because that crap is what helps us to grow. It is fertilizer. There's nothing, rather than judging the allergy, the depression, the cancer, no. We're going to look at it as a conversation so that we can begin to appreciate and, learn how to quickly bridge the gap to where we are, meet ourselves, where are we right now, and where do we want to be? Where do we want to be? So a brief history. I'm the developer of something that's called the LifeLine Technique. And the LifeLine Technique is an integration of my life's work as a doctor of chiropractic and acupuncture, studying Chinese medicine, the 5-element theory, chakras and Ayurvedic medicine, homeopathy, neurolinguistic programming, EMDR, color therapy, sound therapy. I am so passionate about empowering people to be their best on every level. And on June 17, 2002, I had a moment where I woke up. And I woke up to this flowchart. I saw it, and in about 30 minutes, I wrote it out. And it is everything that I'd ever studied, and it's an integration of all these different systems all into one. This is a blueprint of the mind. This is a blueprint of the mind. And the mind's relationship to our body, our mind's relationship to our relationships, and using this hand mudra, which means I love you, the words infinite love and gratitude. Go ahead and say that. Infinite love and gratitude, high vibration. And muscle reflex testing, we are able to have a dialogue with the mind and begin to understand the programs that are buried in our mind that when triggered cause us to react in a conditioned way. And then, rather than react, we react in a maladaptive way. We're not able to adapt fully to the present moment. I want to give us a fresh perspective of life. I'm so happy that I followed Alex. What an incredible, incredible man, and what an incredible vision of appreciating longevity, because I know it to be true that our body has the ability to heal, completely regenerate, and be whole. We're designed that way. But here's this journey. We all want to be optimally healthy. This is like, let's be optimally healthy. Let's do these things to help ourselves be the healthiest person that we can be. And then there's this other side where at some point we all successfully achieve death. At some point, we end up at this place that's called death. And in between, there's this experience called life. When we get close to death, there's this line, and it says pathology. You see where it says pathology? Pathology literally means diagnosable disease. So I'll take a blood test, I'll take a urinalysis, and if it shows outside the normal reference range, you can be given a name. You've got ulcerative colitis, you've got cancer, you've got diabetes, you've got osteoporosis. But what happens is people go to their doctors, and they've got diarrhea, they've got anxiety, they got headaches, they're not sleeping well, and I can't find anything wrong with you. If the body isn't broken down 40+%, a diagnosable disease does not show up. If the body is not broken down 40+%, a diagnosis doesn't show up. So if you're 39, 38, 37%, whatever, you've got these symptoms, you go to your doctor, well, take this pill for that, take this pill for this, take this pill for that pill, and you're on this cycle. And the key is, there is another way, there is another fresh perspective of understanding how do we tap into the mind's role as far as influencing our body's fullest potential for healing. Because we know that every drug that is out there is compared in the studies to a placebo, and we know that the placebo is the mind. And in a Harvard study, the placebo is 95% successful, so we put billions and trillions of dollars into medication and taking a pill. But what if we actually put billions and trillions of dollars into the mind and its influence on our body? Because medication has its purpose, but the mind has a real purpose. And let's take a look at it, because we have this thing that's called muscle reflex testing. Anybody familiar with muscle reflex testing? Anybody here not familiar with muscle reflex testing? Are you familiar with it? You mind coming up here real quick? Yeah. Cool. So go ahead and stand right here. And I'm going to have you bend your left arm. There's no injury to your left arm? No. Okay, keep it elbow in. And I'm going to have you imagine you got a bucket of gold. And you hold strong. Don't let me push down. Okay, hold strong. All we're looking for is that it locks out really strong. It just locks out, that when I let go, it bounces. Elbow in, grab a bucket of gold. Don't let me push. Hold strong. Lift it up. Don't let you push? Don't let me push. You hold strong. Okay. Say the word love. Love, love, love.
Love, love, love.
Elbow in, hold strong. Say fear.
Fear, fear, fear.
Elbow in, hold strong. Hold strong. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Hold strong.
Yeah.
Hold strong.
Whoa.
Hold strong.
You're hypnotizing me.
No, no hypnotizing. Hold strong.
I love it.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Let's finish on love. Always finish on love. Love, love, love.
Love, love, love.
Hold strong. Thank you. So there's reflexes, thank you so much. There's reflexes that exist in our body. The blinking reflex, the salivating reflex. There's all kinds of reflexes, because at the core of every disease, when you go to your doctor or whoever you go to, they say, well, you're stressed out. And you got to change your diet. You got to do more exercise. You got to meditate. You got to go through hypnosis. You got to do something. And so we got to understand, what the heck is stress? Because when stress occurs, the energy of our body, and we do have energy in our body, the energy in our body is affected. It doesn't flow as effectively. And on a physical level, once that subtle energy is impacted, our pH goes out of balance, our acid-alkaline balance. We become more acidic, and in that acidic experience, we become inflammatory. That four-letter word is itis. You were thinking about another word, weren't you? No, it's the itis word, arthritis, gastritis, tendinitis, any itis that's going on, inflammation. Stress, then from inflammation, the system forms adhesions and scar tissue. And what's so wild about scar tissue is it does not conduct electricity. It does not conduct energy, life force. And as a result, the body begins to degenerate. Alzheimer's, cardiovascular disease, cancer, osteoporosis, diabetes. These degenerative cycles then perpetuate more stress, and now we're in this cycle. Now, what we realize is that stress for one person is like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And for another person, it's like this thing that motivates me. Come on, you made a bet with me, I'm gonna live to 150, and then people take on that stress, and it becomes motivating. So stress is perception. Stress is perception. And perception is fascinating because what you perceive is not always the truth. What you perceive is what you believe. And beliefs, if they're limiting, then create limiting perception. And that limiting perception creates the stress that affects the energy all the way into degeneration. The key is, how do I connect to the mind? Because if I can connect to the mind and shift that limiting belief into an intentional program, if I can access the mind's consciousness, if I can unzip the fabric of consciousness and connect to this field of energy that's connecting all of creation, I can change that stress into growth. Because when you're in a protective state, when you're in a fight or flight survival state, that hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis of fear, your system cannot heal. It's protecting itself. You do not learn. Kids that are in schools that are under protection and survival, they do not learn. So when you shift it into growth, this degeneration automatically turns into what you're designed to be. Your body is designed to heal. Your cells know how to digest food. You know how to heal a cut. You know how to take oxygen from this air and turn it into ATP energy for every function. It is incredible. You got to get to your perception. You got to get to that program within the mind. It begins at the moment that you were conceived, the beating of your mother's heart, the emotions that she was feeling, her relationship with your father. Take a moment and just think about that for yourself. Your life, not good, bad, right, or wrong, it's all good, infinite love and gratitude to that, is a program in your mind, and it's affecting your body, and it's affecting your relationships. And the key is connecting and understanding your mind. So we look at this incredible iceberg, and we realize it's the most amazing metaphor of the mind, because the tip of the iceberg is the conscious mind. I'm aware of it. I can see it. The conscious mind is the choosing mind. The only mind that chooses is your conscious mind. It's 2 to 10% of who you are. The subconscious mind, it's what's below the surface. There's no choice. There's no judgment. It's reactive. It is the conductor, like Howard Cable. It is the conductor of every cell of the 50-plus trillion cells in your body, but it's also where each and every one of your memories is stored. So our ancestors and the generational patterns of humanity live in our mind. The moment that you were conceived, mom's fear, dad's anger, miscarriages, don't have a job, lives in the mind. The moment you were born, the emotions of that time create an imprint, a fingerprint, a tattoo that affects your perception and creates a lens of yourself and the world around you afterwards. All these periods of time create little imprints that affect us. All it takes is a color, a sound, a smell, a taste that's remotely similar to that moment in time of when you were 4 and your brother or your sister was picking on you, your parents were fighting in this rage, and that emotion gets triggered and it begins to run, but you don't know it's there. It's subconscious. It's your blind spot while you're driving, and when it gets triggered, your heart beats like that. Your immune system changes. Everything goes into a complete shift. It's reactive, and it shows up as symptoms and stress. Symptoms and stress are the portal, not a problem. Aging, rather than it being something that's bad, even though it sucks, is a conversation. It's a dialogue to let us know that we're in this loop. We're in a loop. I want to tell you about Ronnie. Ronnie came to see me with ulcerative colitis. He had been to the best doctors in Chicago, University of Chicago, Northwestern University, had all kinds of tests done, took all these medications. No matter what Ronnie did, he was having 20-plus bloody bowel movements a day. He had lost so much weight, he was about to die. And they said, well, we got to take out your colon. So his banker said, hey, if you're open, go check out Dr. Darren. So he came to see me. And not only did I educate him about water and food and sleep and exercise and owning his power, but I helped him to get to the core of what was in his mind. And he had a pattern of his mom's fear and his dad's anger, and it was affecting him in all aspects of his life. He had unfulfilled relationships. He had sugar addiction. He had this family business that was just struggling. He had ulcerative colitis. And in a month's time, doing the LifeLine Technique, reprogramming the mind in an intentional way. I am love. I am grateful. I am calm. I am beautiful in the face of anger, in the face of fear, in the face of whatever's going on in your life. And Ronnie, in 1 month, had a complete transformation. Changed his relationships. They became authentic and reciprocal. He began a healthy eating program. His family business began to thrive, and it's been doing incredible ever since. And he completely healed to the point where a show called The Incurables actually did a story on him because they couldn't believe that an incurable disease would actually regenerate. Every cell knows how to heal. I don't heal anybody. The body's a self-healing organism, understanding the mind. Hey, Louise, isn't this water cold? I wonder what water he's talking about. You see, the subconscious mind is connected to water the subconscious mind is connected to emotion the same way a fish is connected to water. You are so submerged in your emotional reality, the color of the car that you drive, the food that you eat, the inflections in your voice. It's all about an emotional program, but it's so intertwined, we don't always see it. Welcome to the future, my friends. Welcome to the future. See, creating world peace to inner peace, you want to make an impact in the world, which we all do. It starts within, a lifeline, one person at a time. So here's your zap your crap action step. Zapping your crap action step. I have something that's called an online e-learning. It's an incredible interactive program. If you want it, I would love to give it to you. It will enable you to use the Lifeline for yourself, for your own life. And it's a great tool that I've developed that is a great educational tool for implementing immediately into your life. Just send an email to zapyourcrap@drdarrenweissman.com, and we'll send it right out to you so that you can get it. But I so appreciate your time and being a part of this awesome conference. Infinite love and gratitude.
That was outstanding, Darren. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I looked up some lyrics by my pal and the guy I admire most, Leonard Cohen, and he has a line in one of his songs that love is the only engine of survival.
That is the truth.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Yeah.